Hi. Oh, come on. You stay there, you tilt there, you stay here. My thingy wasn't right.
Uh, Usually me being here improves your performance, I think, and tonight it seems to be
Yeah, I
messing
actually kind of
with
fell a
you.
little bit. It was kind of sad. Anyways, on that bombshell, in 3, 2... This is BRG Podcast, episode 31 for August 8th, 2016. This episode is brought to you by our wonderful patrons over at patreon.com/BallRocketGaming. Please go ahead and head over there and help us out. We do love giving back to the community, and the best way we can do that is with a little bit of funding, so we can do lots of stuff for all of our members. So go check us out and talk about more later. All right, hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, another episode of the Ball Rocket Gaming podcast, and I'm your host, Warp Jester. And tonight we've got our wonderful and beautiful Lynn's back. Hi,
Hello.
Lynn's. Our esteemed leader of BRG.
Yes,
You regretting that title yet?
I have changed it now to reluctant leader.
We'll
You
make
know,
it
it's just
better.
there's a gradient of yeah,
It wouldn't be that big of a problem if you just quit everything else in your life and just do that.
right. No day job. No Fallout 4.
As of right now, I can commit to you that we can probably budget in like $35 a month to pay you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that should work. I only need like a cracker a week to
Daniel
survive.
can
So
carry you. I'm sure he makes
yeah,
big bucks.
he's got a new job.
Yeah, there you go. See, obviously makes the big money. So don't worry about that. What you need is a sugar daddy. No, nothing.
I'm running through all of the BRG members right now. I don't think that
Wait, the
I
full
don't
list
think
or the
that,
ones you haven't dated? I'm kidding. I'm
wow.
kidding. I kid. If you're available, just let everybody know. 1-900
Yeah.
Lens. I want to get to know Lens a little better.
Yes. If you do want to register for the list, you must be a registered member of BRG first.
There you go. Hey, speaking of which, tonight we've got lots of news to cover. So we're actually going to do an extended news tonight. No official topic for the second half. But somewhere in the midst of all of that, somewhere, not the end, not the beginning, there's the topic of VR porn with Lens. So if you want to find
Yeah,
out and watch, you're going to have to watch the whole thing. So there. Suck it, Scion.
it's happening again.
All right. So on that note, let's go ahead and get into the news. Okay. So, get start ourselves off with some fun tonight. And for a modest and affordable cost, you too can now own the Microsoft HoloLens. Where to begin with this? Let's see here. So previously, if you wanted the HoloLens, you had to be a developer with special privileges to get access to it, to fiddly far with it. But now, for the low price of a mere $3,000, you can go
Not a
ahead and
big
have a
deal.
HoloLens of your own.
Yeah, not a big deal. Would you pay $3,000 for a night with Lynn's?
So, guys, again, patreon.com/PowerRocketGaming. You can donate a little bit more for us. We will hire devs to make AR lens for you. And
Uh,
I'll tell you right now, just as a spoiler, she'll probably sit there and just rack insults at you. But
Probably gonna talk about Fallout 4 all night, But I mean, I didn't specify what was gonna happen on the night with Lynn's. I just said a night with Lynn's. We could play Ib and Ob. I mean.
play what now? Never mind. Anyways, but yeah, so basically what it boils down to, guys, is the HoloLens is now available. You can get it. It is $3,000, so it's, yeah, you can get it, but it's still kind of I look at it more as like an open developer build now.
Yeah.
And
That's a big investment.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, for a price tag like that, only one or two things happens here. Either it's a dev kit, basically, which is what I surmise, or for some strange reason, Microsoft decided screw off on games and other things. We're gonna make this strictly for business class, and business will pay for this, which I don't think is going to fly. I will say though, one thing I do think is really incredibly neat about the HoloLens is that unlike other VR systems that have like cameras or sensors in a room that you have to stay inside of that room so it can sense where you are, the HoloLens can actually map your house and understand where it is in relation to your home. And because of that, you can do things like you can actually, I don't know how best to say it, but mount applications in different areas. So you can mount your Netflix app over your TV in your living room, and in your bedroom have, I don't know, music or whatever, or VR porn. So that is actually really neat. That's one aspect about looking at. I'd love to see whether it's AR or VR having the ability to give you more freedom to move around. I know that's inevitability, but that's something I could definitely see being interesting. So look forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, I've said before, I'm gonna wait a little bit on the VR train until I have that 80s trampoline treadmill thing that you can run on, that I can put in my living room.
I totally feel you. I will say I have played with House Nexus's HTC Vive. Mm-hmm. And even for all the covers that we've done, for all the technical stuff I've listened to, for all the details I know about it, I was still really awed when I put that thing on. It was everything about it was just amazing. So I would say you might want to get into it sooner than later. Anyways,
well, what a lot of people find amazing is these Star Wars Battlefront games, and we're all very excited for Star Wars Battlefront 3, but I'm sorry to be the one to disappoint you,
but
it's a no-go.
Well, yes, no, kind of.
Yeah, it's basically Lucasfilms reached out and said, "Hey, you can't use the name Star Wars. You just can't."
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Now, to the credit of the film company, they did actually meet with the makers of the game.
Yeah.
And they didn't just shut them down without explanation, but they explained, you can't use Star Wars assets in your game, and also we've spoken to EA, and they don't have any desire to see the Battlefront name continue.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. So, well, and before all the hate mail starts going out, I want to be very clear about this. So the Galaxy Turmoil was the fan made game based off of Battlefront 3 that didn't come out.
Yeah, and
basically what it boils down to is Lucasfilms actually had no problem with this, and actually Lucas. In its history has been very, very kind to fan-made stuff. The actual assholes here, EA. I know. Shock of shocks. I know. But nevertheless, EA basically, they have a contract with Lucas for game rights to Star Wars Battlefront. I'm not sure if it's strictly like Star Wars Battlefront or just anything Star Wars. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, EA has the rights, and this would infringe upon it. And this group has even gone to EA and said, hey, EA, you have this EA. I forget, we talked about it, I think, at the E3 podcast. But EA has this, if you're an indie developer, you can develop your games under our label, basically, and we'll promote you. And EA said, no, we're not interested, which... In EA's defense, we're talking about releasing a franchise you have rights to under your own label, in a sense, that isn't developed by you. It could be a pile of crap, for all you know.
This is, largely fan-made, fan-driven, so...
No, the saving grace here is this, the Star Wars Galaxy in Turmoil is done. It will not be coming out. But... the company that started this, which is Frontwire Games, is going to continue on. All Lucasfilm said is, hey, just remove the IP from it.
Yeah.
So as long as it's, you know, Trek Wars Online with ET walkers and you know, Luke Skyhawker, you're good.
Yeah.
How far they have to diverge everything from names to models, I don't know. But they did say they are committed to continuing this. I hate to say it, there's going to be a lot of lost interest, I'm sure, just because it's no longer Star Wars specifically.
Right.
But if you guys were interested in the game, then you know it's still technically there. You will be able to get to it, and likely, I'm guessing they'll probably put it on Steam still. Because that's kind of the intentional thing they went to.
Probably. So. Yeah.
So there you go. Enjoy whenever it comes out. On the topic of Steam, by the way, HTC, they're actually planning on having a kind of a companion site to Valve's Steam front. The way the head of this has described it is they're not looking to compete with Valve, of course. They're simply looking to create an environment that's more devoted to educational or exploratory software, not games, basically. And he was very specific to point out that this is meant to be the second side to Valve's coin, so to speak. Right. So Steam will still be the curator of all the gaming content, including VR gaming content, whereas the HTC's environment will in fact be more of a easier way to find educational, promotional, things like that.
Right.
Which I can see. I mean,
that's
a little
fine.
funky to me that it's HTC doing this.
Yeah.
It isn't like Valve saying we're going to do a educational, you know, like Steam Ed or something like that.
Right.
And I see things like this kind of having a bad habit of kind of sort of going to we're buddies, we're friends. Next thing you know, we're going to have just a few games. And
right.
Yeah, we're going to expand that to games on our phones. And we're going to release the HTC PC and have games for that. You know, it's I'm just saying it ain't going to happen necessarily, but friendships, they can go awry.
That they can. That they can. Sad. I wonder how many friendships are crushed when one person gets banned from a game and another doesn't.
I wonder. I want to wonder. I want to. Okay.
Just curious because you know there's been another round of banning in the Overwatch game. So.
So. This is, first of all, I want to say that this is kind of in the news follow-up category of stuff, and this makes me laugh because this is another round of mass bannings that Blizzard is doing.
Yeah. And
people are pissing about it.
Yeah, first of all, this has been big news since Overwatch came out. The bans, and this ban mentality is spreading to other online multiplayer games. At this point, why do you try? Why do you even try anymore? I just don't understand. So they are sniffing out players who are using both trigger bots, which is, when your cursor happens to pass over another player, it will shoot for you, and aim bots, which draw your cursor to other players. They're banning those people for life. These are lifetime bans, and people are whining about it, and I just don't understand. You cheated. You understand the repercussions of this. I understand that on occasion there might be the rare instance when someone genuinely is not cheating and they get banned. And it's nearly impossible to reach someone who will help you get back into the game after that. But
okay, so to that point, and I agree with you that inevitably, whenever you set up any kind of system, inevitably, there's going to be that one honest-to-God, legitimate, hey, I was not cheating, what the F. That said, have you seen any reports of this at all? Has anybody, if you've seen an article, a post on Reddit, anything about some person who genuinely can definitively prove that they were not cheating and got banned, do us a favor, post a link in the show notes,
or
link down below, and let us know, because I haven't heard a situation that come up. And nobody's exactly sure what they're going through to vet basically people's systems and make sure not, if they are cheating or if they're not. But so far, it's been pretty spot on. And to be clear, this article notes a lot of the posts of people saying, basically bitching because they were cheating and they got caught. And it's like,
right.
You're a douchebag. Deal with it.
Hell no. This not be good. Whatever, Blizz, ya. We got this bitch together. Fuck your bans. I just wasted it, man. I just wasted my one on this stupidity right here.
And this is exactly what it is. And I again, this is meant to be kind of a news follow-up, but, this proves that Blizzard's sticking with it. They have done another round of bans. They are constantly updating their system to recognize new software. There is no escaping this, apparently. And again, they're a lifetime ban. We saw when the initial ban set in, people were wiping their cleaning the system and reinstalling with new accounts, new paid accounts, and still getting axed. So I honestly, good for Blizzard and good for all the other companies that are starting to follow in suit. It's BS. For every one player that's cheating, they're ruining an entire game for everybody in that game. There's no two ways about it. If I'm playing with somebody and against somebody and they're cheating, it's no fun for me because they're just aimbotting my ass to death. And if I'm playing on the team with them, it's no fun because, quite frankly, they're going to get way better scores than I am. They're going to throw the curve, so to speak. And it's just like, I'm going to get this guy who runs by, just between the alleyway, goes, peep, and keeps going. It's like, but I was like, oh, you know what? Screw you. Seriously. So, again, bravo to Blizzard. The only thing I'd ever see anybody changing, if I were going to do this, I wouldn't necessarily ban people from the game. I just have one dedicated server that's like, if you cheat, you're stuck here.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game,
All
you
the
paid
others.
for it, you can still play the game. But man, you better have the best aimbot and the best everything because everybody else you play is going to be cheating just as bad as you.
Right.
So there you go.
Sounds like such fun.
Something like that. Anyways, other news when it comes to follow-up, we talked about the big, huge, giant kerfluffle over CSGO gambling sites and how it seems like there's been just a big, giant kind of a fall apart of sites. Mostly the big scandal has been their gambling sites. The Tribe Masquerade is not gambling sites, but then you've got all these YouTubers that are using their channel and their mass following to promote the site without saying anything about it, and even going so far as in some cases to fix the bets or fix the gambling in their favor and things like that.
Yeah.
Valve has responded by sending cease and desist notice saying we never intended for the system to work like this. We never want people using our skins for this and our system. So screw you. We're done. So anyways, that puts us down to this site here that decided to go a different route, which is they're actually seeking a legal gambling license so that they can continue on basically doing what they're doing legitimately, quote unquote. There are a few caveats to this. First of all, they're saying basically in response to Valve's takedown or cease and desist, we're going about this to be legitimate. Well, last time I checked, Valve's cease and desist said we don't want you doing this.
Right.
Period.
Just stop. It's not an approved use of our API.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit confused on that front. On the other front, there's the aspect of how best to put this? They're basically going to cut out a large portion of their population because if you're a legal gambling site, you can't have kids.
Right.
And you can't have any countries like the US that don't allow online gambling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it's better than just closing the doors, so to speak, but at the same time, it really seems like or sounds like they're going to be taking a slow death either way.
Yeah. I think that Valve will probably just persist in their cease and desist. They were very specific in saying that Steam services are for personal, non-commercial use. Even if you're a legit quote unquote gambling site, it's still not personal use. That's very much commercial use. So, they're boned.
And
They're
not in a good
boned.
way.
Yeah. Kind of like we're at the end of the day, are we not all just trying to get boned, really? I mean, here we go.
Yes?
So, we've talked a lot about VR porn and on this show for some reason, this gaming podcast. Badoink VR. Badoink a doink. Badoink VR has another new twist on adult VR or VR porn. So we have a marriage and family therapist, Hernando Chavez.
Hernando Chavez.
Hernando
Is
Chavez.
that really his real name? Because that sounds like a frickin' porn name if I heard it.
Maybe it is, He's actually using VR porn as a sex therapy tool. So the idea is if you've got some problems in the bedroom, anxiety issues, or if you're, too pump chump or something like that, then
Wow. She went there.
yeah, then they're using VR as sometimes combined with our other favorite topic, teledildonics, to help ease that anxiety, have couples feel more empowered and confident. And for men, one of the methods, or one of the things that they're trying to accomplish is longer lasting, more satisfying sex.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on board with it. Sure. Why not? Why not make men longer lasting, better lovers? That's fantastic. There's a little problem that they're running into actually with their clients in therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that is with the point of view of the POV that you have in VR porn. The man participant in the actual porn shoot, he cannot move or moan or have his hands anywhere in frame because apparently that really messes with people. But oddly enough, dick is fine. The penis is completely fine. Like, men are okay with the porn star penis in their point of view, but they don't want to hear the voice or see another man's hands.
Yeah, because,
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Talk about increased confidence. Woo. Yeah.
This is where the HoloLens will come into play because, granted, VR, full experience, but I'm just saying, if you actually want to have, relations, with the person you're with kind of thing, with the AR overlay, if you don't really like the A cups, you can kind of do an overlay for, a C cup, maybe.
Wow.
And ladies, we're just saying, sometimes just perception is enough, right? If it looks like it's a 7-incher, 8-incher, 9-inch, I got nothing.
Not gonna, nope, not taking that bait.
I see things like this,
There's a bunch of BRG members that just leaned forward and said, "Yeah, Linz, how long?" What exactly is the preference here?
What is the Goldilocks zone there?
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer.
It's not the size that matters, guys. But
really
boy,
isn't.
I tell you, if you come too early,
at least stick around and help out the other side if you have that issue. Anyway,
speaking of come too early.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of coming too early, a VR, Japan's first VR porn festival had to be shut down because everyone came too early.
Not our words, just for the record.
They were all premature. So basically, they tried to have Adult VR Fest '01, which is the most creative name I've ever heard, and people literally showed up too early for the convention, and the streets were full, and there was a concern about riots breaking out, and basically everything had to be broken up and shut down because everyone came too early. See, when you come too early, the party's over. It's
It
just
is. It's so
it all ends.
I'm not really sure about riots, but in this weekend, I'm worried about everybody just rolling over and falling asleep in the streets. So does this count? Was this the first official thing, or they have to try it again?
I don't know if they're going to try it again or not. It doesn't.
So make sure you
It
wait a
doesn't
little while
specify. Yeah,
to get everything up
there's
again.
a refractory period. They have to wait a bit before they try to do it again.
Yeah. Or hand out pills to everyone. I don't know. Anyways. I, once again, got nothing. I want to have something, but I just don't.
You know, it's okay. I have this effect on the podcast, apparently.
Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and move on to history, shall we?
Sure. Was the first dildo created 57 years ago today?
No, but thank you. Actually, August 5th, 1858, they laid the first transatlantic telegraph cable. So this came from literally over the pond, so to speak. Now, this was the fifth attempt. The first four failed, which, quite frankly, I mean, although telegraph cables aren't exactly terribly complex, running a cable for that expanse and having to drape it across a seafloor that we didn't have any idea of exactly how deep it was and what the contour of it was, they got it in 5 tries. I give them props for that.
Yeah.
And again, guys, kind of keeping with the theme of gaming, this was the first real milestone in transatlantic connections, or just, you know, transcontinental connections, and which eventually led to now that we have Google's newest fiber cable they're laying down. I forget what the specs are on it, but it is just you can suck the entire internet through it in like 5 seconds, kind of a thing. It's amazing. So yeah, there you go, a little piece of history for you. Not really much else in terms of the history front, but we do have let's say one release worth talking about.
Yeah, we think.
We think possibly.
No Man's Sky is set to come out. I don't even have the date pulled up. Is it August the 9th?
8th, 9th, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, really, it's just, you got to monitor this day to day, basically.
The way they've been? Golly knows somebody's going to pop out of the woodwork that actually going to have the name Man's Sky and going to be like, nope, that's my name.
Yeah, so I mean, somebody's going to own the word no.
I'm not saying I want to shut you down, but it's going to take a few dollars to keep you up. Just saying.
Right. Actually.
How long does it take you to change a name legally? 'Cause I'm thinking about it.
I can't believe that I'm about to say this. On the search page of Steam, it does in fact list August the 9th as the release date, but when I click on it, it now says August the 12th. This was not planned. This was not planned at all. We thought it was August.
So sometime maybe this week you might see No Man's Sky. Are you gonna play it?
I don't know. It seems like a huge time investment, and I'm playing Fallout 4 right now, and I'm kind of obsessed.
But you're doing Fallout 4 on PC.
Yes.
Is it No Man's Sky is it PS4 only?
No, you can get it on Steam.
Okay, so you can't
Yeah.
play it on a real gaming system, PC.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of
So
hate mail coming my way for that one.
if you paid that $60 sometime this week or month, you'll probably get the game.
Before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Possibly. Unless it totally gets shut down.
Definitely, maybe.
All I'm saying is that if you get a copy of it, like some magical pre-release copy for like $1,200 that some guy got, cherish it while you have it.
Don't put it on YouTube.
God. Anyways, guys, like I said, real light on the history and other news fronts. There is some gaming events, but I didn't bother putting them up because, quite frankly, they weren't anything extravagant. I didn't really have the time to. It's like DevCons and whatnot for like Intel. So, anyways,
Right.
I do want to take a quick commercial break here and talk about somebody new to our wonderful little continuum we call BRG, Quinn. Now,
Quins.
Sorry.
It's just like Lynn's, but with a Q.
And taller.
Yes, she is taller than me. Yes. The Quinslins hype is so real right now. We're best friends already.
Yeah, so Gwen has actually been she's a member of iCraft, right?
Project Singularity.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Project Singularity. And so she's along the ilk of Ruark, Kirok, the infamous Hamisu that I've yet to get on our show, but we'll make that. But yeah, she's a cool cat. I've talked to her a little bit already, just getting to know her. She's funny as all get out and highly inappropriate, so she fits right in with the crew.
I know, it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
And she actually is streaming tonight. She does have a Twitch stream channel, which is twitch.tv/Quins95. So if you're interested in watching Twitch streams, she's a fun one. She's been doing World of Warcraft. I'm not sure what else she does. I'm not sure if you know
some Rocket League and it's general stuff. She's really funny. Lots of inappropriate jokes, which BRG people love. She sings as well, so in that Swedish accent, yeah.
So if you like the accents and you want to have some fun, I definitely encourage you to check her out. She is an absolute hoot to talk to, and for that matter, if you want to talk to her, just come over to BRG and she's usually there. So
yep, hop in the Discord.
Have at that. All right, so moving on. Again, we don't have any main topic tonight, guys, so we're just going to dive right into the extended headlines here. And oh boy, do we have a good one for you. So China is actually... I've heard rumors about this, and it was like, this is so, like, sci-fi magazine, BS, but this is actually real. This is actually a elevated bus that rides down the road over the top of cars in traffic. I am so not even crapping you. It's hilarious. Long story short, this bus is a 2-lane wide bus that runs on rails. The rails, sunk into the pavement. But it's 2 lanes wide. And it'll actually have 3 segments. I forget what the total length of it is, but it can hold up to something like 1,200 passengers. Like, insane size thing. Its height requirements is basically anything that's like 7 feet or under can drive under it, or it can drive over you. And then likewise, it is just low enough that it can actually clear all of the overpasses it has to deal with. It seems like kind of an odd idea, to be honest. But that said, what's nice about this is in countries like China, there is architecture basically. The
Chinese people.
I'm trying to say this right. The way China is laid out, there is a need for a mass people mover.
Yes.
Between long distances. So having something that is cost effective that can ride on existing infrastructure, the roads, with minor adjustments being the rails they put in, to move mass amounts of people cheaply is a big important thing. So something like this, you wouldn't see this in the United States per se, but in China this is a big deal. So it's real. It's in development. They've actually done a few test runs with it. And yeah, so you'd be driving along all of a sudden.
Yeah, the most interesting point that I see, actually, I mean, I immediately thought about like what happens if the bus is over you and you get into a wreck, or is it the two cars collide? What's going to happen to the bus? What's going to happen to the cars? There are all these questions.
What if you need to make a left right then?
Yeah, but the most interesting question I see here is what happens if the bus is going faster than me? Where is my fixed point of reference?
Now, to be fair, to be clear, the bus itself will do 37 miles per hour. It's like 60 kilometers per hour. So it's a slow-moving behemoth in that regard. So chances are most people are going to be driving faster than it.
Yeah. You're only talking about heavy traffic situations where the bus would actually be faster than you, which is basically you're stuck on the road, crawling, but the bus is able to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
At low speeds, I don't think it is a big problem. If it were at any higher speed, if you're moving and something is moving faster than you, you'll feel like you're going backwards.
Yeah.
So
it can be very disconcerting. Now, in the future of self-driving cars, maybe it would be okay. The other thing I have a curiosity about is most of the video demos they show, the buses for the most part are on lanes that are just 2 lanes wide for the roads. So the bus drives the whole entire thing. But they show a couple of samples where the bus could be in a situation where, due to turn lanes, expansion lanes, passing lanes, etc., it is actually wider than that. And I'm just curious, it's just the aspect of, what if somebody's just hugging the line too much?
Yeah.
Now that these things are not autonomous, they will have an actual driver driving them. So he will be able to monitor that. But you look at they have some pictures. I'll try to find some for you if I can and post them. But you see in front here, from where his vantage point, the bottom of the thing tapers away. He can't see down there. So unless they've got cameras, which I would hope to God they would, he's not going to be able to really have a reference point to see what's going on under him.
Right.
I mean, this is... I look at it like this. I go to SF, and they have light rail that run on tracks in the middle of the roads, and people seem to get along okay. Of course, then as soon as I say that, I then think about the myriad of YouTube videos of people cutting off trams and derailing trams because of it. But, details.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's kind of a neat piece of tech. More gaming related for tech, however.
Oh. We got a big boy coming. The new Titan X is here.
It's about that long, gentlemen, just for the record. That got her to say oh. So that little oh you got, about that long.
Oh. So my page is frozen. Hello. Basically, it was just too large to load. Basically, this is supposed to be 60% faster than the previous generation Titan X. It is kind of pricey. It's about $1,200 in the US.
Kind of pricey? Yeah.
And I mean, it's about twice what a 980 Ti costs, new. So, yeah.
This is okay. This is interesting because the cost of the 10 series in relation to the 9 series is less than it ever has been for the gap. Yeah, this one seems like go beyond the ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty beefy. It's got over 3,500 CUDA cores running, 1.53 gigahertz. 12 gigabytes of GDDR5.
12?
12.
12 of 5. Oh, Jesus, Mother of Mary.
12. I tried to say it as flat as possible just to see if it would still have the same impact. Yeah.
Holy Christ almighty.
Yeah.
For people who are not understanding the whole world of video cards, most people are like, yes, I got one with 4 gigs of video RAM. That's 4 gigs is adequate. It will do the job till you're done. I'm just saying, if you're looking to get things done and be satisfied, 4 gigs will do you. Innuendo.
Innuendo. So,
Wow.
yeah, this is a beast. It's the performance rating is 11 teraflops, and the previous Titan X was rated at 6.6. So,
I love flops. It's just...
when I see the word teraflop, video card is the last thing that I think of. I'm just,
I think of the Earth doing a cannonball. Teraflop. Anyways, it's even for people who are novice at best with tech of this nature, it's a little hard to wrap your head around because we're talking about, in this case, which is kind of extreme, 12 gigs of DDR5 RAM. It's dedicated video RAM. That is a hellacious amount. Your computer may have 16 gigs of regular RAM, right. PC RAM. This is a whole nother monster. Same thing with like the speed at which the processors run. Yeah, it's only 1.5 when you've got an Intel i7 that runs at 4 gigs. But again, it's a completely different thing. These are built around the idea of massive parallel processing, hence the 3,000 CUDA cores.
Yeah.
There's no real easy, apples to apples in comparison to like an Intel CPU. But just understand that when we say it's 3,500 cores operating to do these different processes, that's a metric shit ton. It really is.
Yeah.
So
it's the hope is that games will be able to utilize all of the tech that's packed into this big boy.
I wonder. That's something I'm really curious about because I know this has been a big topic for the CPU realm. Of the whole idea of like, well, I've got the i7 super duper 10 core, 12 core, 16 core hooptiness. Well,
right.
yeah,
and
but
your
then
games are using 4 at most. So
yeah,
good
exactly.
For you. Yeah.
So great for you. Like, if you want to run like a bunch of simultaneous games, then kudos. What game is good? Can you play Far Cry? Are we there?
Yeah,
I want Far Cry at full settings now.
But does it run Crysis?
Yes, exactly. No, that's again. If you'd like to donate to BRG, I'm sure I can find some way to justify this. I'm not sure whether it's gonna fly with Lens or RG for that matter, but hey, there you go. Hey, what the hell? Media Bites. Suicide Squad fans are petitioning to do what now?
They want to shut down Rotten Tomatoes. I don't
like the way you're talking about my movie.
I am envisioning small children throwing their toys against the wall right now. As I know that there are some huge fans of these Suicide Squad characters that are from DC Comics, and yeah, I mean, I'm a big Harley Quinn fan. I've always said if I do anything that's cosplay related, I'm gonna go as Harley Quinn. So just
I'm totally down for that.
If you want to donate to BRG for
for a small donation, we can get Lynn's into costume and take pictures for you. For a large donation, we'll get a VR version of Lynn's in costume for you.
VR Lynn's Harley Quinn pornography. I'm going to have to go into hiding.
I'll be right back. I'll be in my bunk.
Yeah,
need to earmark that memory.
Really, they're really upset at these low ratings, which I'm not surprised at the ratings at all. DC Comics has this. The DC Universe has a problem with their movies recently.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, and the biggest criticism of this one is that they tried to pack way too many villains and all of their backstories into one film. And it just didn't. Which is just
silly because everybody knows you do trilogies nowadays.
Yeah, of course. So
okay, so here's the thing: they're going to change.org, create a petition to shut down Rotten Tomatoes. where do I begin with this? There's no form or petition in the world that can make this happen. The owners of Rotten Tomatoes are going to go, oh, yeah, hey, no, we're totally sorry. We're going to shut down our doors because of somebody else posting reviews on our site.
Right.
Safe harbor be damned. Secondly, has Change.org ever legitimately helped in anything? Anything?
I don't think we've even been able to save a dog's life with Change.org yet.
Again, if I'm wrong, post it down in the comments below.
Do.
Please let me know. I mean, honestly, legitimately, the intention of that site is wonderful. It's kind of like saying, hey, look, we have this wonderful new program to help the world and save lives, and oh, look, dick pictures. And that's what it gets used for. It's the new best chat app in the world. Penis.
The quote, this is exactly how I see it. Critics always give DC Extended Universe movies unjust bad reviews, and that affects people's opinions.
Which it technically does. Somewhat.
They're not that unjust. Whoever wrote that, just come on.
Okay, it's a review, people. It's somebody's opinion. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this actually has led to a bigger thing that I actually put out on the wire for BRG for either Minus Rumors or Sequel Syndrome to pick up. But I honestly, it seems like more and more nowadays, it seems like the critics' views and reviews of things have been outwardly negative, which, you know, whatever. It's not necessarily the movies all suck per se, but I've also noticed that they're almost juxtaposed to what the actual real viewer criticisms are, or reviews are, and what the box office are showing. The people are saying, oh my god, the Ghostbusters is gonna suck, it's a horrible piece of crap, it's trite, it's everything, and then it goes to first box office like, wow, it did really good.
Yeah. I don't know. The question that you brought up, and the question that hopefully Minus the Rumors or Sequel Syndrome will take and run with is it a critic's responsibility to rate a movie,
to be sensitive?
Being sensitive to what the audience likes. You know, should their review take into account what the general public is paying to watch these days, or should it still be just their critical assessment of the film?
Here's the thing. They're critics. They look at movies in a different way from the average Joe. We go to experience the movie. They go to analyze the movie. Yes. If you don't want your opinion of Suicide Squad to be tainted, don't read the reviews! For fuck's sake, people, get over it!
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? Screw this. Screw you, people. Now, since I'm already ired, I'm just going to go right into the ire piece for today, which is Comcast and their asininity beyond anything else. And I had to put this in because, oh my dear effing God, it is ridiculous. So here's the deal. If you have Comcast, I'm sorry, I do. This is being recorded over Comcast right now. Yay, me! Comcast has decided to write a lengthy response to a lot of things going on with the FCC. So if you missed the whole big shenanigans going on, a little while ago, there was a big government shift to classify internet providers as common carrier. And there's a big, long thing behind that. If you somehow had your head stuck in the sand and missed it, go back and look in history. You'll find it. Big to do. As part of this process, Comcast has decided to lash out and make a few interesting statements regarding what being a common carrier could possibly curtail. And it's funny about this, and one of the particular pieces we're going to highlight here is how Comcast basically is upset and saying, if you limit us from allowing customers the opportunity to get a discount of our service, at at the expense of us selling off their private data, that would harm the user. I mean, for me as a Comcast subscriber, to not have the opportunity to get a discount on their service in exchange for them selling off all my personal data would affect me. It would be harmful to me. And the great thing about this too is, first of all, is the way this gets spinned. Here's a great example from BRG.com. Not us. Just be very clear here. Their title: Comcast wants to charge you for privacy or sell your browsing data. And then from Forbes, we get the Comcast wants to charge you less for your broadband at the expense of your data. Depending on how you look at it here, basically what they're boiling down to is Comcast saying, listen, this is not unreasonable. We are asking to sell off customer data and giving them some kind of discount because of it. To give the exact quote here, a bargain for exchange of information for services is a perfectly acceptable and widely used model throughout U.S. economy, including internet ecosystems, and is consistent with decades of legal precedent and policy goals related to consumer protection and privacy. That sounds so pleasantly legalese. Everybody else has been doing it, so we should be able to do it too. Which technically AT&T kind of did. This is unbeknownst to me until I read this article, found out. AT&T kind of did just that, because Google Fiber came into an area where AT&T was. You know, the area where AT&T said, yeah, we can't go any faster, it costs too much, infrastructure. And Google laid down fiber and said, here you go, fiber connections. And AT&T went, oh crap. Hey, you know what? We have this new service level now that's much faster that can compete with Google. But if you want to opt into that service, you have to opt into us tracking your data, your searches, the websites you visit, other details and whatnot, so we can sell it to people for advertisement.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't get the high speed unless we're allowed to sell your crap. And now Comcast is going, well, screw that. We want some piece of this action too. Now... Now, first of all, if people who know me know that I am not a privacy advocate. I understand the simple concept of if you're not paying for something, then you are the product being sold. Hence, Facebook is free. Anybody pay for Facebook here? No. You use email? Which one? Google, Yahoo, MSN? They're free, right? Hello?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's... I'm the first one to admit that, you know, price is not a top concern for me. But this bullshit of them saying, well, we should be able to give our customers a discount for this privilege. You have to have a rule that allows you to do this? You can just cut your damn prices because you're overpriced to begin with. Mm-hmm. Just saying. There's no connection to this whole, we want the right to sell your data and, we'll give you a discount. You know, and the other thing, too, is I can guarantee you that if this, in an ideal world, went through, and Comcast said, yes, so here's your service plan, sir, and we'll cut it down by X if you let us sell your data. Well, first of all, that cut, I'm pretty sure is not going to be very much. Secondly, I'm pretty sure that as soon as they give me that cut, that magically my internet prices the next year are probably going to go up by that much at least. So I'm calling bullshit on this big time. And Comcast can squarely go suck my 12 gigs of RAM. Period.
Ooh. Ooh. So, you know, I have this new idea for a BRG series.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, it's called 1-900 Call-Ins.
So want this to happen.
And I'm just thinking maybe this could be a thing because there's this new social calling app called Unmute that are they're bringing back social chat lines over the telephone. Like, remember that old thing that we used to talk on before there was Skype and Discord and TeamSpeak?
I should have brought up some of those infomercials on YouTube to play.
Yeah, you used to be able to call in and just talk to people who were calling to the same kind of line that you were calling to. So, like, I really like New Kids on the Block. Let me call into this New Kids on the Block. That is
Really?
the example in the article. You fix your face.
Now, thanks to the modern technology of today, we can now do that for Justin Bieber.
Okay. Ooh, so anyone can start a call. 50 people can join. 6 people can talk at the same time so that it doesn't get too disorganized. Yeah, I want to do this and I want to record it as a BRG series. I'll just start a call. I'm assuming you enter somewhere what the subject is, so it teledildonics, and we can have up to an 18-minute call.
Linz,
Yes.
we have BRG Discord. It's already about that bad.
Yeah, the last comment in Discord before me announcing this new series was "Gimme that pussy, girl." So.
In my defense, it was all about a cat with a head stuck in a glass, all right? Anyways.
You got Beaver in the chat.
We make comments like that, Linz. People don't know who Beaver is or what Beaver is. It just...
You have Beaver Man in the chat.
Yeah. So, one last thing for you guys on the news front. I think this is the most epic thing in the absolute world. Archive.org now has the first 13 years of Nintendo Power Magazine for view for you. This is funny because I never subscribed to it myself. My friends always had it. You can always do there. So kids, just for the record, this is back in like 1998. This is before the internet craze stuff. So, the way you found out about cheat codes and how to play and walkthroughs of games was either unreliable sources like your friends or through magazines like this. And this was the premier magazine. And I'm clicking through the pages here. Man, that is some styling crap right there. Oh, this is actually a great one too, because this one actually has a like profile article of famous people, and it's Kirk Cameron.
Oh.
I will bet you, I don't care how famous he is, I bet you anything, he ain't got no 12 gigs on him.
12 gigs. That's the new code. That's the, yep.
Hey guys, there is a great for the win piece that I posted, but I'm gonna let you guys click the link, go watch it. It's a beautiful video. It's a very fun one to watch, so definitely go over there and check it out. And of course, if you guys have any feedback, thoughts, input, and so on, definitely make sure you either drop it in the comments below. Which, by the way, we got a miniature crap ton of comments from the last podcast, so you can go back and read through those. Some of them are great, and of course, some of them are well thought. Thanks, Bob.
I love reading the comments. I wait for the comments to come through.
Anyways, hey Linz, you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you and your brother.
Yeah, we're still doing GTA, Rocket League, The Forest,
Totally PC.
with Ruark. Yeah,
Totally
we're doing
PC.
Dead by Daylight, which is amazing. Dead by Daylight is a fantastic game. I highly recommend that everyone tries it.
Wow.
In the kill your friends mode. Don't play online. It's crap.
Okay.
Don't join a random server. It's crap. Do the kill your friends. It's really fun.
Killing your friends is more fun than killing strangers.
Yeah, it is. It really is. You only have to watch episode 2 on our channel to understand the intensity, the anxiety that happens with this game is just crushing. Beaver came back for me. We got out alive. Spoiler alert.
So there you go. Definitely check that out. Anything else going on with you?
The Unrecommendables is going to start. Now, we're going to start playing in September.
Oh, I still want to be a part of that.
You signed up for it.
I know, but your hours are like goofy. like mid-afternoon hours or something weird like that.
What?
I thought it was like, Tuesday kind of a thing and 12 noon.
No.
No?
I'm at work during that time. I'll check it and make sure it's posted right. But yeah, the 5 of us that are signed up, it should just be a weekend,
Okay.
like normal. But yeah, we're gonna play Evolve, and I have an outline for the roundtable discussion, which we will record the first weekend in October, and then I'll put that all together. It's gonna be a really extensive review. There's gonna be gameplay footage. Of course, I'm sure we will be.
Wait. I get to play this game with you, do a recording podcast roundtable with you, and I don't have to edit it?
I will be doing all the editing.
I love this idea. It's a great idea.
I figured you would. So yeah, that's coming up. We're gonna be playing it all month, and then we'll be talking about it in October.
I get to play with you all month and then talk about it in October.
Yeah, I guess we'll debut 1-900 calls in October.
I'm just gonna be upfront right now, sweetie. I only got 4 gigs, but I do have 2. So
okay.
Hey guys, guess what? I have a gaming channel. There's still some stuff coming out to it. It is starting to run dry again, so I have to get around to editing crap that's really old, like the playing games with BRG on Tabletop Simulator that I haven't gotten around to editing at all ever.
When it gets dry, you're doing something wrong.
Oh. I thought once you start ripping skin off, it started to get more. Anyways. As always, guys, my devotion has been to BRG and the podcast for good or for ill. I'm not really sure at this point. We are so not professional tonight. I am so sorry. I am so very sorry. But seriously, guys, this is we're dirty-minded people a lot of times. I'll be honest with you, but we're good people. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of different events, a lot of different get-togethers, and just general everything from just hanging out and chatting to playing games together to doing recordings and collaborations, etc. We've got a lot of wonderful people in BRG, and again, to be very clear, BRG is a large umbrella, so to speak. We are a community within ourselves, but then also we kind of encompass other people. So we have a lot of people from iCraft, a lot of people from Project Singularity, from Bridge Street Mining Co., etc. These are people that kind of come under our umbrella and get represented so that we can find ability to collaborate, find more people, and have fun. And that's exactly what this is meant to do. It's new media. If you're looking for somebody who can do music or do art or do video, etc., this is a good place to come and find, because if we don't have somebody immediately here, we usually point you to the direction of somebody who can. So it's a great media source, great information point. Of course, part of that, kind of spawns of that, is things like our wonderful YouTube website now that is very active. We've got the podcast, we've got the rundown for Do Caller. Now we've got unboxings from Dano and Lynn's that make me really jealous because I really want to do unboxings. Yeah, you're a tease, by the way. She said we would do this for everybody, and then she goes and does it for herself.
Well, we just sent out a box to Bob. This is part of what community support does. Bob is now going to do...
Bob gets to do it first?
Bob, he signed up first.
I was whining about this way before he was. Fuck, I'm going to change.org. I'm starting a goddamn petition about this bullshit.
Bob will be receiving Loot Crate Gaming in the month of August, and he will do that unboxing for the BRG channel.
Great. We'll have an unboxing that's 3 hours long. And here's the packaging for the thing. Speaking of this packaging, back when I was... I kid, Bob. I love you to death. I do.
We love you, Bob.
That's why we pick on you. It's kind of like pulling the girl's hair. Because you like her, Also, guys, we are on Votable as well. I try to remember to get everything up on Votable as quick as I can. We have a couple of different groups. Obviously BRG's on there as an entity, but then also we tend to post in the gaming as well as in the podcast group, which, by the way, podcast group, if you have a podcast yourself, you're certainly welcome to join the podcast group on Votable and post your podcast there. It's also a great community for talking about podcasts, getting tips and tricks and help and so on. And it's the community that I started, at Votable to try to help other people out with podcasting. So you can check them
Yeah.
out there. And of course, as I said before, we do have a Patreon account. We certainly do appreciate people who can pitch a few dollars our way. There is only a couple of tiers right now, which is a lot of basically big thank yous. There is plans to do more. We need to kind of revamp it. Lynn's is only one woman, and quite frankly, we need more people so we can do more. We need more help and things. Speaking of which, join the Bottle Rocket community because we need a lot of help.
I need a slave.
Liz wants to. Anyways, seriously, it's really good community. We are looking for a lot of new talent, new people, or just people who want to hang out and have fun. And if you're interested in helping out, we do have a lot of positions and whatnot within the group, from quote unquote low level all the way up to the top, so to speak. It's just people helping us do things like manage the Volable account or help us out with finding things to do like Loot Crate and things like that. So if you're interested, please come check us out. And of course, I say, if you just want to be able to pitch a few dollars our way to help us out, we appreciate that. And even if you can't do that, giving us a shout out on Twitter, on Facebook, on Votable, that's always a huge help. We'd love to see our community grow. I'd love to see the podcast grow and reach more people. So if you can do that, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Or just come hang out, because we like new people.
We love new people. Even if you don't create
people.
things, we love people.
Fresh meat.
Just long meat, large meat.
12 gigs.
Lynn's, sweetie.
Warped. Hi.
Thank
I have ruined this podcast so badly. Every time I come on.
You just gotta do this a little more. You'll be fine. Yes! And we're gonna have the best podcast yet for reviews. Just tag Lynn's boobies. Anyways, Lynn, thank you so much for joining me again. I do appreciate it. Guys, next week I have nobody planned, and this has kind of been an unfortunate thing with the podcast. I'm usually scrambling, finding people to join me, and as such, I do try to tailor the topics to the people who join. So I don't really know what we're going to be talking about necessarily. One thing I was going to bring up was kind of the state of game releases, where games have kind of gone from the nice polished releases to the beta. Oh, our game is officially out. It's whatever beta, open beta. You know.
$20 on Steam.
Yeah, so that's stuff I would like to actually flesh out and talk about some. So if you're interested in talking about that or hearing about it, again, comments down below or on the forums, please let us know. All right, I'm going to get out here. You're going to be able to go to sleep most likely.
Yeah.
And dream about your 12 gigs.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Recording is recording. My freaking software is actually working right. Let's do it all night long. All right, my dear. And in 3, 2. This is the BRG episode. Yeah, I was doing good for a while.
You've never done that with me.
Really?
No.
Aw, it's our first time together. I'm not usually premature like this, I swear. In 3, 2. Those boogers. Oh, God, I blew my nose today. I had like clear like this, and it like just shot straight up across my glasses. I blew my nose. Also, my vision went blurry. I was like, okay, what just happened? That just caused an aneurysm.
That's disgustingly hilarious.
Take your glasses off, kind of sticks to you. He's like, eee. Oh, that's awesome. Stop it. I'm going to reach to this damn video and slap the living gigas out of you. Okay. For real this time. And in 3, 2. This is the BRG Podcast, episode 31 for August 8th, 2016. I'm your host. It's your fault. All this talk of you and VR porn, all the blood's rushed to the wrong head.
I can't help that.
Small package, big boobies.
Wow.
Hey, you posted it in Discord. Screw you. It ain't harassment when I'm repeating what you said.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I thought we were talking about your package.
Whoa, hey now. I ain't no Stubby McGee here. No. We're just gonna straighten that out right away. And screw you, by the way.
I just thought it was a tit fuck joke. I don't know.